channel learners. Today we are still going to be looking at quadratic equation, but another method for solving it, that is completing the square method. So let's skip formalities and go straight to it. So for the purpose of this lesson, we are going to be taking into consideration three quadratic equations. The first one being x squared minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. The second one, 2x squared plus 3x minus 5 equal to 0. And finally, we are going to have 8x squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. You see, this third quadratic equation is looking a bit somehow to us because we're having letters here. And what we're going to do is we're going to solve this third quadratic equation using completing the square method. And what we are going to get as our value for x will happen to be the formula method, like the formula we use while solving formula method, right? So let's go move over to the first one. Okay, so starting with the first quadratic equation, x squared minus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. The first step we are going to take under completing the square method is this. We're going to ensure that the coefficient of x squared is 1, right? And luckily for us, the coefficient of x squared in this quadratic equation is already 1, right? But what if we had something like 2 here? Like it's not 1 now, right? It's not 1. This is what you're going to do as the first step. You divide everything with 2. So the 2 can cancel out the 2 and you make the coefficient of x squared 1. You understand? But for this equation, there is no number there in front of x squared. So we already have 1 there. So we can skip the first step and move to the second step. Now this is the second step. Send the constant, which is the number without the variable, send the constant c over the equal sign to the right hand side. Right, so if we carry out that step, now we have x squared minus 5x equal to negative 6. You know, when you send positive 6 over the equal to sign, it becomes negative 6. So this is what we have after taking the second step. Now what's the third step? You add to both sides half the coefficient of x squared. Add to both sides half the coefficient of x squared. Now what is the coefficient of x here? Negative 5, right? You know the coefficient of x is the number close to x, which we have to be negative 5. Now half of negative 5 is negative 5 over 2. Then squared, right? Remember I said the third step is this. Half to both sides, half the coefficient of x squared. So this is what we are going to be adding to both sides. Half of negative 5 squared. So let me add this now to the left hand side. I'm going to have plus negative 5 over 2 squared. I've added this now to the left hand side. Let me also add this to the right hand side. So I'm going to have plus negative 5 over 2 squared. Right? That's the third step. Add to both sides, that is this side and this side, the right and left side. Right? Add to both sides half the coefficient of x squared. Now I've done that step. Let's go to the fourth step. So for the fourth step, we have this. Factorize the left hand side. Factorize the left hand side. So this is how I'm going to factorize the left hand side. You see this x has squared, the negative 5 over 2 has squared. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the x that has squared, take the negative 5 over 2 that also has squared. And I'm going to include these two terms in the bracket and square it. That's all. Just ignore the middle term. Take the x which has squared, take this other term that has squared, include them in the brackets and square it, right? So that's the fourth step, right? The next step now is going to be this. Simplify the right hand side. Simplify the right hand side. So let's simplify the right hand side. We have negative 6 plus negative 5 squared. It's 25, right? Negative 5 times negative 5. That's negative 5 squared. It's 25 over 2 squared. That's 2 times 2, 4, right? So we have negative 6 plus 25 over 4. Now let's keep simplifying that right hand side. This 6 over 1, this negative 6 over 1, right? Now the LCM of 1 and 4 is 4, right? Now 4 divided by 1 is 4. 4 times minus 6 minus 24, right? Now 4 divided by 4, 1. 1 times 25 is 25, right? So on this side, we still have x minus 5 over 2 squared. Alright, to further simplify the right hand side, we are going to have negative 24 plus 25. That's like saying 25 minus 24, which is 1, right? Negative 24 plus 25, 1 over 4. Now here we still have x minus 5 over 2 squared, right? Now what I'm going to do is this. I'll use the square over here to take the square root of the 10 over here, right? I'm going to use this square to take the square root of 1 over 4. So I'm going to have x minus 5 over 2 equal to the square root of 1 over 4, right? The square root of 1 over 4. Alright, so taking the square root of 1 over 4, we're going to have 1 over 2 plus or minus 1 over 2. Reason being that the square root of 1 is 1, right? And the square root of 4 is 2. And like I said in the previous video, whenever you're taking the square root of a number, you should have plus or minus, you have positive or negative, because the square root of any number, the square root of any perfect square is either positive or negative, right? So arriving at this point, this is what we do next. X equal to plus or minus 1 over 2. We send this negative 5 over 4 over the equal to sign, it becomes positive 5 over 4, right? Positive 5 over 4. Now that we have plus or minus 1 over 2, then send negative over, we have positive 5 over 4, right? We are going to put these fractions together. Then we're going to have the LCM of 4 and 2 is 4, right? The LCM of 4 and 2, 4. So 4 divided by 2, 2, right? 2 times 1, 2. So we're going to have plus or minus 2 here. Plus 4 divided by 4, 1. 1 times 5, 5. So as usual, whenever you're solving a quadratic equation, you must always get two values for your unknown, which in this case is x. So how are we going to get two answers for x here? This is how we get two answers. The first value for x is going to be x equal to positive 2 plus 5 over 4, right? Positive 2 plus 5 over 4. And the second value for x is going to be negative 2 plus 5 over 4. You see, we have plus or minus here. So this is the plus value, this is the negative value, right? So 2 plus 5, positive 2 and positive 5 is positive 7, right? Over 4. So this is our first value for x, positive 7 over 4. Now what's our second value for x going to be? Negative 2 plus 5. That's like saying 5 minus 2, right? Which is 3. So we have 3 over 4. And these are our two values for x, 7 over 4 and 3 over 4. Alright, so moving to the second quadratic equation, we are going to solve this quadratic equation using complete square method. So now, the coefficient of x squared is 2. So we have to apply that first step here now by clearing the coefficient of x squared. We have to ensure that the coefficient of x squared is 1. So this is how we clear that out. We divide through with 2. We divide 3 times with 2. Now that we're dividing through with 2, we're going to have this cancelling this, right? So this is what we're going to have. X squared over 2 plus 3x, sorry. There is no 2 here, 2 have been cancelled by this other 2, right? So this is 3x over 2 minus 5 over 2 equals to 0. So this is what we have now. We have taken the first step, which is ensuring that the coefficient of x squared is 1, right? Now let's take the second step, moving the constant over the equal to sign. You know what the constant is? The term without the variable, the term without x. You move it over, send it over the other side. So the next step, sending this constant over the equal to sign, we're going to have x squared plus 3 over 2x equal to 5 over 2. It was negative over here, but when you send the 5 over 2 over the equal to sign, it becomes positive 5 over 2. So after this step, the next step is this, adding to both sides, half the coefficient of x squared. Now what is the coefficient of x there? Is 3 over 2, right? 3 over 2, that is the coefficient of x. So let's see, 3 over 2, half of 3 over 2 is going to be 3 over 2 divided by 2, right? Which you can rewrite as 3 over 2 times 1 over 2, right? which is going to be 3 over 4. 3 times 1, 3, 2 times 2, 4. So half of 3 over 2 is 3 over 4. Then you square the 3 over 4. So this is what we have. Let's add this to both sides. Half the coefficient of x squared, right? So adding this to both sides, we're going to have x squared plus 3 over 2x plus 3 over 4 squared, right? Equal to 5 over 2. We're also going to add this to the other side. Plus 3 over 4, right? Squared. We've added that now to both sides. So the next step is this. Factorize the left hand side. We have the x with square, right? That's x squared. You take one of the x. Then we have 3 over 4 with square, right? You take 3 over 4. Then you enclose in the bracket and square, right? Equal to. Now let's simplify the right hand side. This is 5 over 2 plus 3 squared. That's 3 times 3, 9, right? Then 4 squared. That is 4 times 4, 16, right? Let's keep simplifying the right hand side. So the LCM of 16 and 2, 16, right? 16 divided by 2, 8, right? Now 8 times 5, 40, right? Plus 16 divided by 16, 1. 1 times this 9, that's 9. Alright, so we have 40 plus 9, which is 49 over 16. Right, so we have done simplifying the right hand side. Okay, over here we still have x plus 3 over 4 squared. We still have x plus 3 over 4 squared. Right, so now arriving at this point, this is what we are going to do. We use the square here to take the square root of this 10. Right, let's use this square to take the square root of this 10. So that's going to be x plus 3 over 4, right? X plus 3 over 4 equal to square root of 49 over 16, right? So what is the square root of 49? 7, right? What is the square root of 16? 4. So whenever you take the square root of a number, you have positive or negative, right? So we have plus or minus 7 over 4 as the square root of 49 over 16. Okay, over here we still have x plus 3 over 4. So how we got to this point? This is what we do next. We send this number here, this constant, over the equal to sign. Send this 3 over 4 over the equal to sign. So we're going to have x equal to plus or minus 7 over 4 minus 3 over 4. You see the 3 over 4 was positive. When it came over to this side, it became negative, right? Negative 3 over 4. Alright, so as usual, we're going to have two values for x. The first value is going to be this. Positive 7 over 4 minus 3 over 4. And the second value is going to be this. Negative 7 over 4 minus 3 over 4. Right? Now, over there, the LCM of 4 and 4 is 4. Right? So 4 divided by 4, 1. 1 times 7, 7. Right? 4 divided by 4, 1. 1 times negative 3, negative 3. That's right. Now over to this side. The LCM of 4 and 4 remains 4. 4 divided by 4, 1. 1 times negative 7, negative 7. 4 divided by 4, 1. 1 times negative 3, negative 3. Right? So the first value for x is going to be this. 7 minus 3. That's 4, right? Then the second value is going to be this. Minus 7 minus 3. That's minus 11, right? Okay, minus 10. Right, over 4. So we have 4 divided by 4, which is 1. So our first value for x is 1. And our second value for x is going to be negative 5 over 2. Because if you use 2 to divide 10, you're going to have 5. Use that same 2 to divide 4, you're going to have 2. So we have negative 5 over 2. And there is no factor that can go into 5 and 2, so we stop here. Negative 5 over 2. So for the second equation, our two values for x are 1 and -5/2. So for this final equation, we're going to solve using completing the square method. We're having alphabets A, B, and C, right? This is like the general form of the quadratic equation. There is no number here to work with, right? So let me tell you what we are actually doing. What I'm doing here is I'm deriving the quadratic formula. I want to derive the formula we're going to use in the next video where we'll be talking about formula method, right? I'm going to derive that formula using complete square method. Okay, so having known that we're using complete square method, what is the first step? We ensure that the coefficient of x squared is 1, right? Not a, 1. So what do I do to make sure of that? I divide through with a. Now that I've divided through with a, I'm going to have x squared plus b over ax plus bx over a, right? Plus c over a equal to 0. I've carried out the first step. Now the second step is this: sending the constant over the equal sign. You know what constant is, right? The 10 without x, the 10 without the variable. This is the 10 without x attached to it. So let's send it over the equal sign. So I'm going to have x squared plus b over ax equal to negative c over a, right? C over a is positive here. When it goes over, it becomes negative c over a. Alright, so what is the next step after this? Add to both sides. Half the coefficient of x squared. Half the coefficient of x squared. Now what is the coefficient of x here? B over a, right? So let's see what half of b over a is. B over a. Half of b over a, that is b over a divided by 2, right? Or you can write this as b over a times half. That's times 1 over 2. So this is going to be b times 1, b, right? Then a times 2, that is 2a. So this is half the coefficient of x. Now it's squared. Half the coefficient of x squared. So this is what I'm adding to both sides, right? Let's add this to this side and also add it to this side. Now adding this to this side, we have x squared plus b over ax plus b over 2a squared, right? Equal to negative c over a. This negative c over a, right? Now let's also add this to this side. So we're going to have plus b over 2a squared, right? So having added this to both sides, having added this term to both sides now, what is going to be our next step? Factorize the left hand side, right? Let us factorize the left hand side. This x has squared attached to it, so I'm going to take just one x, right? I'll take one x. Now this term also has squared attached to it, so I'm going to take b over 2a, right? Enclose in the bracket, then square, equal to negative c over a plus, now b squared is b, right? B squared, b raised by 2. 2a squared is going to be what? 2 squared, that is 2 times 2, is 4. Then a squared is a squared, right? You know these brackets mean that the square is for every term in it. B squared, 2 squared, a squared. So b squared, 2 squared, that's 4. A squared, that's a squared, right? It's an alphabet, so you just have to write it as a squared, right? So having done this, the next step is going to be simplifying the right hand side. Let's simplify the right hand side as much as we can. Alright, so this is what we're going to have. The LCM of a and 4a squared is 4a squared, right? The LCM of a and 4a squared is 4a squared. Now 4a squared divided by a, that's 4a, right? Since one of the a will be cancelling one of the a's in the a squared, right? This a will be cancelling one of the a's in the a squared. So we're going to have 4 and a, right? Now 4a times negative c, that's negative 4ac, right? 4a squared divided by a, that's 4a. Now 4a times negative c, that's negative 4ac. Now 4a squared divided by 4a squared, that's 1, right? 1 times b squared. 1 times b squared, that's b squared, right? So we are finished simplifying the right hand side. What do we do next? We use this square over here to take the square root of this 10, right? So use the square to take the square root of the right hand side. So let's do that. We're going to have x plus b over 2a equal to square root of, alright, plus or minus. Whenever I take the square root, you know your answer should be positive or negative. So now let's take the square root of this. Negative 4ac plus b squared over 4a squared. Alright, we use this square to take the square root of the right hand side. Okay, so we're going to have x plus b over 2a equal to plus or minus square root of negative 4ac plus b squared over, okay, as you can see now, the square root sign have reduced to just the numerator. It's no longer affecting the denominator. Why? Because we're actually going to take the square root of 4 and a squared. So the square root of 4, the square root of 4 is 2, right? 2. And the square root of a squared is a. Right? The square root of a squared. Square root cancel square is a. Right? So we have a, square root of 4, 2, square root of a squared, a. Right? So having done this, what's the next step? We're going to send this term here over the equal to sign. Right? So we're going to have x. We're going to have x equal to plus or minus square root of negative 4ac plus b squared over 2a. Now let's send this over. It's going to become negative b over 2a. Right? Send positive b over 2a over, it becomes negative b over 2a. Now what do? We put this fraction and this fraction together. So x is going to be equal to the LCM of is 2a and 2a is 2a, right? Now 2a divided by 2a is 1. 1 times plus or minus square root of negative 4ac plus b squared. That's the same thing, right? So I'm going to have plus or minus square root of negative 4ac plus b squared minus, now 2a divided by 2a is 1, right? Now 1 times b. So this would be our final answer, but let's rearrange it to be in the way, the general form of the formula. Let's just rearrange this. So we're going to have x equal to, I'm going to send the negative b over to the side to stay in front of this square root sign. So we're going to have negative b, right? Negative b plus or minus square root of these terms now. Now to rearrange the terms in the square root sign, I'm going to have b squared coming first, then negative 4ac coming second, right? So I'm going to have b squared I'm going to have b squared minus 4ac. I just rearrange their position, right? B squared comes first, then negative 4ac second. Everything over 2a, right? So now this is the general formula for solving quadratic equations. So in the next video, we're going to be talking about formula method, as how we can use this method to solve any quadratic equation. Alright, so there you have it, completing the square method. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something new today. So do well to like this video and subscribe to this channel. If you have any question on the topic just treated, do well to put it down in the comment section. And I didn't give you any assignments to do, right? That doesn't mean you should not go home and practice as much as you can, right? Bye, till next time.